Okay, everyone, so we're here with Doug. We just met him here. We're in the beautiful city of Calabasas. And so, Doug, we were just chatting. He was really nice enough to do this, so thank you. So go ahead and give us what we were speaking about, that chunk of advice you said that you had.
Your question, if I may repeat it, was what mistake did I make?
Yes, we were talking about mistakes we've made, and
Right.
It could be business or personal. It's just we want to give people out there advice for things that they've done. Like, what's a mistake? So you were talking about you did something with UGG boots.
Well,
and I thought that was really cool.
Brian Smith and I, is a buddy of mine. We started the UGG boot business. Brian did all the heavy lifting.
Okay.
It's Fisher cut bait. I decided to leave about a year after we had started that business. But I'm going to digress just momentarily, but it is connected.
Sure.
There was an animated feature made by Harry Nielsen back in the late 1970s, early 80s.
Okay.
I take it back, late 1960s, early 1970s. It was called The Point, and it starred a little kid with a round head. His name was
The Point?
It's called The Point.
Okay.
And there was a little boy in this animated feature called Oblio, and he had a round head. And Oblio lived in the land of Point, and a little dog named Arrow. And the song Me and My Arrow, you might have heard, came from Nielsen's The Point. So because he had a round head and he lived in the land of Point, Oblio was banned from the land of Point by the Archduke. And when they banned him, they pushed him out to a place called the Pointless Forest. That's where Oblio had to go. And when he reached the edge of the Pointless Forest, all of a sudden, this thing comes spinning out of the forest, and it stops. And when it stops, it's got a point in every direction. And he like this. And he goes, point in every direction. It's like no point at all. And here I am, 22 years old. I haven't even been in the military yet, hadn't finished college. And I listened to that and I said, whoa, point in every direction is like no point at all. That means you focus. And this is a lesson for me that I learned at that point in time, but didn't learn it well enough.
Ooh.
And in life and in business, if you're ubiquitous, and if you don't know what ubiquity means, it means you're going in many directions and juggling many balls at the same time. If you do that, you're probably not going to accomplish much of anything. So you really have to be tenacious and you have to have focus. And that's what I want to say. And so my mistakes, or the mistake that I've made in business oftentimes, is trying to do 2 or 3 things at the same time. And I know we're multitaskers today, but doing things in a big way and trying to get big things done, you better be focused.
This story that you told us, can we find this?
The Point is available, yeah. It was animated by Nielsen, well, not by Nielsen, but he wrote the story. Dustin Hoffman was the voiceover in the original. He did a beautiful job. And then David, can't remember David, his son's a singer, David Thicke.
Okay, I don't know.
Alan Thicke.
Okay.
He also did the voiceover, and he did a good job. But if you're going to get the point, the important thing is to get the point. But if you can get it with Dustin Hoffman narrating, it's solid. And it's really entertaining.
Wow, that is freaking cool.
It's about 45 minutes long, but it's beautifully done, beautifully animated, and it's a great story.
So if I may ask, what line of work have you been involved in, or have you done? Different types?
I got out of the military in 1977.
All right.
I went to work for the U.S. government as an air traffic controller.
Okay.
So I worked as an air traffic controller for a while, and for reasons that I'm not going to go into, I left.
Sure.
And then I started selling solar, became a solar designer. Then I went to radio broadcasting school, and I became a country and western disc jockey.
Wow.
And then I got into architectural sales, and
wow, a lot of different things.
Started in the early 80s. I told you about the UGG business. That would have been in 1979-80 that we started that. And like I said, Brian Smith is the guy that really put all that together ultimately. He and I started the company. And then I got into the video business, and I started a video company, buying and selling videos and providing videos for video stores. And then I got hired by people in Korea to represent them in buying film, video, and television rights for distribution in Korea.
Wow.
During that process, I got involved in product development, developed a product called the waste paper basketball waste paper basket, which is a plastic waste paper basket that looks like a basketball rim and net, but it's made out of plastic. Got that into Walmart, got it into Bed Bath & Beyond, and I'm working on that again. I work with artists. I produced a couple of major art exhibitions in Korea, co-produce, I shouldn't say produce. And I'm working with a number of artists right now, one in particular that we're trying to bring him forward. He's 95 years old.
Wow.
And
wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's
okay. So you've done a lot of things.
pointing in every direction.
I'll end it at this because I want to respect your time. What's one piece of advice you'd give if you could talk to your 21-year-old self, now with years of wisdom? What would you tell your 21-year-old self if you could give yourself?
Pick a line, stay on it, be tenacious, have plenty of grit, and stay focused.
Okay.
That's it.
But I like that story about the point, the land of point, just pointing in many directions. You don't really have a direction when you try to do too much. So it's good to focus on that one or two things and be so.
I'd say focus on one thing.
Wow.
Not even one or two.
Just one.
Just focus on one thing at a time and get it done.
That hits close to home for me because, you know, I'm doing the YouTube and it's been so busy, but I have other small businesses and I'm just like, it's hard for me just because it's just I have so many people pulling me for this or that. So I was like, eventually I want to just go full time and because it's hard.
You have to learn how to say no.
Valuable.
I'm 75. I'm still working on that.
Saying no to people.
Yeah, because it's you know I like to help people too.
Sure.
You know, and it's a buddy of mine or something. Hey, can you give me a hand?
But you can't help
But
everybody.
I think when I say stay focused, is stay focused on your vocation, and if you have an avocation or a hobby, you can certainly do that at the same time. As a matter of fact, it's important, you know, to have something else going on that you really love doing.
Yeah.
But do what you love and love what you do. And I know that sounds silly, but that's what you want to put together. Because if you're working and you're angry about going to work, or you're bummed out, or you're complaining about your peers, that's not what you want. You want to love what you do and do what you love and do it the best that you can. You know, and if everybody did that, we'd all be heroes, and the world would be a better place.
I like that. Well, Doug, you were amazing. Thank you for taking that moment. We randomly met him here. We were literally going into the store, and you were nice enough. So thank you. It wasn't planned, but
very nice.
Yeah.
I apologize for
No. This was great. Thank you so much, Doug. Okay, we'll see you guys soon.